So guys, Trader CJ, can you build strategies, indicators with AI? So I'm going to run through a process step by step how I've built and still building indicators and strategies for NinjaTrader 8. So one of the tools that I like to using is GROK, as you can see on the screen here. That's from X. So I'm just using the free version until my credits run out, or if you are still on a roll and you still need some assistance, you can actually just go and get the paid versions for that as well. And then the other one I use is Claude AI. So this indicator I've built with Claude mainly. Haven't used GROK as an assistance. So between these two, I run back and forth. So sometimes I get an error in one of the AI folders or chats, and then I just take that screenshot or take that code, pop it into another AI, and just run through it and see whether I get a better answer. So the indicator that I've built is I'm going to start from the very beginning, how to get this thing going. All right, so I wanted to look at the time and sales from NinjaTrader 8. As you can see here, I wanted to plot this section. The green, for example, is the buying time and sales, the transactions, contracts that's going through in the market on the buy side. So for example, it would be the guys buying the offer, so lifting that offer. So it's aggressive buying. The orange or slightly brown color here is supposed to be red, so that would be the sellers, so hitting the bid. So that would be aggressive sellers. So usually you can just filter through this and you can make it, for example, block alert sound. You can put in block alert size. So for example, when there's 80 contracts going through in the market, time and sales, you will see a pop-up or a highlighted line or row here, shows that. And you can filter, size filter here, and say everything above 2 contracts or whatever size filter you want to put in. So it will only show 2 contracts and higher and more. So, but I'm not going to do that now. Let's filter, just keep it like that. So I wanted to plot it on a chart and see when there's spikes in the market, when there's high volume going through either buy side or sell side. So that was the idea. Look at the time and sales, look at the level 2, not even level 2, just time and sales, and plot it. Right. So that's what my starting idea was. Right. So going to Claude, I said, is it possible to plot the time and sales transaction on a chart in the NT8? Plot the sum of the amount of contracts being hit on the ask for the last X number of candles, where X can be 1 minute, for example, or a couple of seconds or whatever. So how I usually do it is I split it into 2 sections. So I usually just focus on the one side, the buying or the selling, or going long or going short. So I don't want to confuse the AI with long and short contracts and with those stop losses and exits or profit taking levels. So I usually just focus on the one side. So just going long and exit. So just make it simple, for example. So it's yes, it's possible. So it gave me a couple of things here. Sample structure. And I want to plot. So I said, okay, I want to plot only the amount of contracts that hit the bid for the last 5 seconds. Then next 5 seconds again, the amount of contracts that hit the bid. I would like to change the interval to interval of the 5 seconds up or down. So make it more or less. Okay, cool. It just gave me some code here. I said not the, so it actually gave me the bid volume, so the depth of market. So it plotted the depth of market. I don't want to depth of market, the line, this limit orders in the market. I actually want to hit the time and sales, but rather the time and sales and only the amount of sold transactions on the bid. So that's aggressive selling. Oh, I understand. Okay, cool. So it plotted the time and sales transaction counter. So what I usually do with this code is copy it here, and then you go to your NinjaScript editor. So you go to new, open it, show it now. NinjaScript editor, you go here. Then at the bottom, go to add. So this, in this case, it's an indicator. So I say new indicator. And let's name it, in this case, just for the YouTube data. This case, so let's just go next and generate. So it will generate just a template. So I just select all and delete it. So I'm going to quickly move this out of the way. So I take this code, go to copy, go back to NinjaScript editor, and I paste it here. Now you need to compile the thing and see if there's any errors. So just go to compile, press compile, and see whether the thing, so it's currently loading, checking the code, whether there's anything wrong with the code, or so you can see. Okay, cool. So there's a couple of errors in the code. Now what I do is make it bigger. So I just take a screenshot of that, go to my, and just go here, take a screenshot of that. Everything is line, column, everything is named with that. So just copy that. This guys, I'm not going to do it now. So I'll just show you. Okay, so go back to Claude. So there's an advanced version. Going down a bit. So I took that screenshot here, paste it, and said fix it, or check the errors. And it immediately identified the errors. The errors show that the code is missing proper using directives, some syntax error issues. So it usually fixes that and gave me an updated thing. So it just actually plotted the histogram, and I wanted to have a line indicator. So this code worked. So if you go to, after that screenshot, you just copy this. I go back to NinjaScript editor, same indicator, just delete the code, select all, delete, and then I go and paste that new code, go on to compile and see if we get any errors. Plot style does not contain a definition for histogram. So that's why I said, okay, I want a line plotted, not histogram. So plot a line, went on to copy this new code, back here, select all, delete, paste new code, and compile that. Seems like it. Okay, there we go. You got that sound. So everything is a-okay. So there's, you can see on the left hand side, there's green line here. Shows everything is correct. So this might work. So now you can test it in your NinjaTrader 8 on your chart. You can actually test it. Before, if it doesn't compile, you can't test it. So obviously it needs to compile, and now you can see whether it's plotting the correct style and everything. All right. It made a couple of small errors. I had to look at the time on sales, then inside the block it shows the 5-second interval. So I wanted to plot within that 5 seconds. I wanted to plot all the green and all the red. So actually just changed my approach because it actually didn't plot the time on sales correctly. And I wanted to have a smaller interval as well. So I just changed my approach and gave me new code here. Advanced version with better logic. So, and everything worked fine. So now, excuse me, now plot the red sell transactions. So now you can see I move on to the sell side. But in the first section, this first code here, I plotted the green side, the buying of the lifting the offer, the aggressive buying. I wanted to plot that, and now adds the sell side. So you can see that's two different codes, the buy and the sell. And now I've asked for a combined indicator, both green and red, showing the buying and selling. But this is the final code. You can copy that and paste it, and it will then, this is the complete indicator. All right. So going back to it, you just take that and compile it in here, and you close that section. Now you can open a new chart. Open a new chart. Let's name it the NQ. For example, in this case, we make it the last 5 seconds, for example. And we can only have the last 2 days. I'm going to change. Okay, let's leave that as is. Open up a new chart like this. Now we can open up an indicator. Go to indicators. This is the indicator, counts the buy, green, and the sell red transactions. Interval is a 5 seconds, so I've got a 5-second chart here as well. And it will, we can apply that and see if it works. So, hot money very early in the morning currently, so it won't show a lot of up and down on the chart. Let's see if we get, there was aggressive buying. You can look at the time and sales here as well. That 21 contracts went through the market. On the buy side, that green, you can see that just before that, also aggressive buying. You can almost, you can see it. So it obviously just overlapped. That's why it didn't go to 21 on the dot. This case, but you can definitely see the aggressive buying and selling on a line chart currently. So you can play around with it. I'll give the code for free as well if you are interested in using this indicator. I might go ahead and build a strategy on this. For example, if we get aggressive buying or selling, we can join the big whales in the market and just go long, for example, in this case. Or let's see if the indicator or the strategy will work. You can see there's some more buying coming through. I want to see where my time on sales is. There we go. You can see a lot of buying going through. Now it's visually, you can see it on the chart. Another idea we can use is plot the difference between the buying and selling within that time period. Then you can see When it's above 0, then it's obviously more buying than selling. And when it's below 0, then it's more selling. This is how you use AI tools to build indicators and strategies. If you don't come right with Claude AI, just go over to GROK and use that, for example, that same screenshot or same code, just paste it here and see whether GROK can assist. I have many cases I've used Claude, and where Claude didn't fix the issue, I went on to GROK, and GROK made a better version of the thing. And sometimes I just use this code and going back again. So between these two, I have tried to use ChatGPT, but it's not very good in this case. Right, guys, that is it from my side. Hope this video helps. If you are interested in this indicator, go on to my Discord channel. The link is in the description below. You will find our group there. You can just ask for the indicator or the code. I'll just paste the code there as well, and you can just go and compile it yourself and pick out. I want to show you guys the scored group. Scored. It'll just obviously pop in here, and a couple of things we chat about. We have some propfirm deals here. The downloads from Ninja Downloads, Metaphor downloads. We've got some strategies here in this area with their downloads. You can get it for free if you want to play around with that. Some settings as well. You can see they've got some settings here. And then we've got a indicator for MetaTrader 4, or a strategy bot that's been trading. Excuse me. So it's a bot actually. You can sign up for that as well for free with XM Global if you are interested. Okay, that is everything from my side. If you wanted to have some assistance, maybe I can test something for you guys, and just ask in the description or in the Discord group, and we can make a video about it and see whether we can build another indicator or strategy. But guys, that's it from my side. See you in the next one. Cheers.